Metro Police cracking down on Airbnb and short-term rental properties, doing what it calls spot checks ahead of busy holiday weekends.
Fox 5's Danny Maston obtained security video from homeowners of Metro officers knocking on doors.
Kim and Mike, this security video here behind me shows a Metro officer visiting an Airbnb last Thursday morning. I spoke with the property owner who tells me he was confused and surprised when officers returned for a second time later that same day, then again the next day.
This time is like tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and we want to make sure nobody's throwing parties. What are your plans for St. Patrick's Day?
Homeowner Lewis Korndike is describing what he heard Metro officers asking his Airbnb guest over this security video last Thursday in the South Valley.
When Metro came here, they implied that they're not good. They implied they rented a house because they're going to throw a party.
I asked Metro about this. The department tells me officers in all 10 area commands visit guests staying in rentals to let them know to be mindful of noise ordinances, especially around holiday weekends, and say LVMPD proactively contacted several short-term rental locations during spring break where we have responded to problems in the past. So I went door to door asking neighbors if they have ever had any issues.
I've been here for 3.5 years. We never had problems with anybody that rented this house.
I think we've ever had a problem with it. Not that I know of.
Jackie Flores, founder of Greater Las Vegas Short-Term Rental Association, says it has had many homeowners reach out with concerns about how this will impact their ability to rent out their homes.
It's concerning, obviously, because, they're, again, trying to push that idea that something's wrong with these properties when it's not.
Korndike tells me he now has to warn all his guests Metro might stop by during their stay. Now, you might be wondering how police decide which homes they check. There's not a clear answer. I have been told by Metro that it differs per area command, and officers will visit homes based on previous encounters, whether neighbors know about them or not. Now, I also reached out to Airbnb about this, but so far haven't heard back. Back to you.